Hello, everyone, and welcome to All Night Gamers Podcast, episode 168. Hi, hello, hi. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us for another edition of the show. Cooper's not here, but the show must go on. We're not going to skip any more weeks. I think we're past that.
I hope so.
Yeah, yeah, but we're here. Um, and yeah, how we doing?
I'm
Okay,
tired.
yeah. I
Perfect,
don't think you
but
needed to say
good.
that.
I spent the last week at work trying to get one thing to work, so I'm so done.
I feel that I'm actually kind of half working, like literally right now. I've got my computer beside me.
Gross.
Yeah, I know. It is gross.
But I
But
would be doing the same thing if I was home and not
yeah.
driving.
Yeah. Um, okay, well, without further ado, um, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth released last week, and Persona 3 Reload releases this week. I've gotten so many ads for the new Like a Dragon game. I don't know why. Freaking Drewski's in ads. I'm seeing those. Like they've been all
I've
over the
seen
place.
that ad.
Yeah, it's weird. Like it's so hyper realistic. Like what the hell's going on? Oh, this is like okay, it checks out. It took me a couple of times to get caught on to what they were doing. Um, so Alex is gonna have a busy schedule.
Yes, that's right. I've been playing Like a Dragon. I just got to um
Animal Crossing
the
Simulator.
Animal Crossing Island thing.
Nice.
Like most of it's an RPG, like the previous game. But then one of the mini games is just Animal Crossing.
So it's good.
Yeah, I'm having a great time. I just keep arguing about. I'm like, my time's limited. Do I want to do all the things, or just want to do the story? And I keep doing all the things.
Hmm.
Hey, look, if work's not scheduling you, your time's not that limited.
Oh, you're so mean.
Got him.
The other thing, yeah, and then I forgot to put it on the sheet, but Vampire Survivor from Among Us
Among
DLC
Us
finally
update.
released on the Switch.
Vampires Among Us.
So, uh, what about the? Weren't there two DLCs? There was the story expansion one, and then there was the Among Us DLC. Are both of them out now, or is it just the Among Us one
Story
that's out
expand.
now?
So adventure mode, which is what you're talking about, anybody can access. It's just like if you have DLC though, they have their own adventure ones. Because I just unlocked that last time I played. Because I just wanted to load up and see what's in new.
Okay, I got you.
So now you can do an Among Us adventure.
I think so. I at least know the Forest of Versailles got one. I believe that's the one. And it's been long playing because I keep going back to Like a Dragon. But Among Us is in the game now. Yay.
Yay! It never ends, does it?
Let's go Among Us.
Pain.
Among Vampires.
Epic Universe was revealed and also has a trailer now. No, it is not Disney's Epic Universe. It's actually Universal. Um,
Yeah.
it's a new park theme layout kind of thing. Um, it's gonna have Super Nintendo
One
World in it, which is why we're talking about it.
one central hub, kind of like Magic Kingdom or Disneyland, but then uh, you go through portals, kind of like Super Nintendo World in Japan or Hollywood, into each of the different lands. Uh, It seems very well themed. There's a dueling coaster I forget which land it's in. Maybe I don't know which land it's in. It's in one of the ones I cared for less. It's not Nintendo.
All
Oh,
right.
they're bringing back Dueling Dragons for the third time.
Not Dueling Dragons. It's like a dual launch coaster.
Gotcha.
Dual launching
But
dragons.
not dual launching dragons.
But yeah, so Shocker, it's gonna feature Nintendo characters, Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Donkey Kong. Also, there's gonna be power-up bands. Cameron can breathe a sigh of relief, even though he already has all of them.
Yeah.
Buy them a second time. Buy the American version.
Buy the American versions for $40.
Yes.
Might wait for the Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong. Those could be confirmed for us though, instead of shelling out 70 or whatever
I
it
might
is.
wait to get those if they aren't available.
Oh no, the stuff. Yeah, but like I don't know when uh Super Nintendo World Japan is getting Donkey Kong,
Oh yeah.
because they talked about it last month, almost 2 months, or yeah, I guess almost 2 months ago, because it was like mid-December ish, and we're almost in February. But um, they did mention those power up bands last, in December, so I'm excited to see where that goes. But we'll see.
And this is all happening 2025, right?
Yeah, Epic Universe opens in 2025 at some point. I'm sure we will see more info about it soon. I would hope, since they're already doing trailers and such for it. I'm still interested to see, because I still saw people this week talking about that Luigi's Mansion rumor that we talked about on the last show.
Oh yeah,
So that could be very hype,
that would be exciting.
because they've only talked about Donkey Kong. Luigi's Mansion though, that
So yeah, big news. Um, New Joy Cons are coming out, pink ones, the same pink from the pastel things that they released, but now you can get both sides of it. This is just dark blue all over again.
no, Dark Blue is more painful because he released a different color with it,
Oh right, yeah, you still can get some
but
blue
for
ones.
$100.
Maybe not that bad, but yeah,
They
it's
said
pastel pink for Princess Peach Showtime. Uh,
yeah, that is a very cute combination, I think. But ooh,
no man, just dude, I'm so over Joy-Con. I used to be so obsessed with Joy-Con. I'm so over them, dude. They like they weren't such garbage. I've got like so many Joy-Con that I either don't want to use because I'm afraid they are gonna like
will break or they're already
either they
broke.
have drifted in the past, or they're close to, or they're just busted. Like
You have like one good set, and that's just going to be like the one that sits in display purposes only case.
when I'm playing handheld, the most of the time I use my Hori third party left Joy-Con with like an actual D-pad on it.
Yeah,
Not because I need a D-pad in that moment, but because I'd rather burn the stick on a $25 piece of junk than I would burn the stick on the
an
$80
$80
piece of
controller.
junk. Yeah, the
Yeah,
$80 piece of junk. Um,
I really hope that whatever the next system is has not that joystick. But doesn't Sony's DualShock 5 also have that
it uses
similar
similar style.
style issue?
Yeah, but it's not the same exact stick. Like there are drift issues, but it's way less pronounced than the Joy-Con ones. It's akin to like drift issues on any other controller, like um,
Easier to fix
Xbox
though.
360 and up. general joystick, yeah, like it's just that's not really an issue. If you buy the expensive $200 controller, you get the ones with I think they're Hall effect sticks, or no, they're not Hall effect sticks, but they are replaceable. They're like hot swappable,
Yeah,
so you can fix them
yeah.
when they
So
break, which is like a
theoretically,
band-aid over the problem. I don't get why we all just don't start using
a
Hall
very
effect
expensive
sticks.
band-aid.
All of us could start using Hall effect sticks, and it would be fine. Everything would
No,
be fine,
no,
but nobody does.
that costs 2 cents a controller. Grant,
Yeah, God
think of
forbid.
the
Yeah,
executives.
yeah. Sorry, I didn't realize the consequences. That 2 cents. Um. So yeah, those are available. So I put this. Where did I? I had it somewhere. I must have lost it. So yeah, Power World is a game. Um, and if you don't know, it came out like a week or two ago, probably 2 weeks ago. In early access on Steam, and it is a open world. It's like Factorio plus Pokemon. So you can
Or
catch,
Arc Survival Evolved.
yeah, like you catch pals, quote,
People.
and you enslave them.
No, no, no. That's only certain people you can enslave. Oh, that sounds really bad out of context.
What do you mean by that, Cameron? Um,
No, it's not.
and basically, since the game came out anyway, everyone's been like, "So is Nintendo gonna do anything about that, or no?" And it's weird. Everybody loves the game. It's blowing up on Steam right now. A couple people in our Discord play it. Tried to get me to buy it, but I was like, I just didn't want to buy games. I'm trying not to buy games because I'm playing a
Unless
lot of
you're
games.
absolutely certain you want that game. You're like, I have enough games in my backlog. Please let me finish them
Well,
so
yeah,
I can
like
save some
a
money.
lot of new games in general, I've just skipped out on recently. I'm getting better about it, just not like I'm probably not gonna buy Peach at launch and stuff like that. I'm just
Mhm.
and
You're
like
like,
not because I'm skeptical, but because I have so many games that I have not played that it is stupid to keep buying games until I actually play these things.
mm,
But yeah, so it's blown up, and you can get mods for stuff to make it like actual Pokemon, and Nintendo's definitely pissed off about that. But basically, they are investigating it, and they put out a statement a while ago. Either Nintendo or the Pokemon Company did, and they're like,
Pokemon
"Yes."
Company.
They're like, "Yeah, we know about Power World. We're looking at it." Because everybody
They're
was
like,
like, "Are you just gonna are you just gonna let this go?" And they're like, "No."
they're just
So
like, we're
can't wait
we're
to see how.
checking. We
Yeah,
know
can't wait to see
everyone
how long
keeps
this
pointing out
lasts.
Lucario.
I wonder how long it's gonna take for them to find anything, or if I wonder, can you do a good enough job to not be
You
legally?
could technically
Well, the
claim
bigger problem
parody
is
for
how many models
original.
are just.
So I did see that the guy that said that the models were just 1-to-1 with the Pokemon models was lying, but I I don't know, it's still like you can tell part of the reason this game is doing so well is because of the controversy.
I don't
You
know. I
know,
mean, that game was going already like exploding pretty hard before people really started thinking about, hey, like why is this game allowed? Like I don't know. It blew up within like a day of its release. Like it went crazy. Everybody's playing that game.
it it did 2 mil, and then it spiked up to 4, and then it was at 8 the last I saw.
Dang, man.
Which I mean, for an indie game, that's insane.
Yeah, it's an early access, dude. um so yeah, I mean they've already been fighting the mods that make it actually like Pokemon, but we'll see how that goes. That's definitely going to be interesting. Also, everyone's also getting laid off.
At least at Microsoft.
Microsoft.
Not just
Well, there's been like
There has been a lot that we've talked
there's
about, but this
been
week it.
almost as many layoffs in this month of 2024 than there has been all of last year. Um, and you're right. Yeah, Microsoft just announced like 1,900 layoffs, and that was some people were from like the disk thing because they're getting rid of disks. It seems
Well,
like.
like the vast majority is from the disc, the physical side for.
Yeah. Unity laid off 1,800 people. As part of the continued quote reset of the company. And by the way, that's like almost 25% of the staff. Twitch laid off 500 people. Discord laid off a couple hundred people. So there's a bunch of like small companies that lay off. Riot Games, who are the League and Valorant people, 530 people. Yeah. And also on January 24th, Microsoft became only the third company in history to be worth more than $3 trillion. $3 trillion, dude. That's so many zeros. I don't even know how many zeros that is. What is that, 12 zeros? I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't try to do math right now. That sounds like a bad idea. But yeah, it is quite a mess. And like, I don't know. It seems like just a bunch of random different, probably just bottom line, if I had to guess. Okay. Last up, State of Play is tomorrow, and I had no idea. I'm so out of touch.
I saw it get
It was
announced.
announced officially, so it's been rumored for a few days and it got announced officially.
Okay. Well, yeah. So it's
Uh,
tomorrow. Let's see, 5 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Pacific.
Ooh, fancy. Right during Alex's interview.
Nice. Love that. Um, Covering Rise of the Ronin, Death Stranding 2. Oh, dude, Death Stranding 2. Sick.
Yeah,
Show me that walking gameplay.
what I've always wanted. A new Strand type game, guys.
isn't this one on a boat or something?
Wait, now instead of walking, we're
Dude,
boating?
boating
That's
simulator?
so
Oh, right.
technology.
So the list under it, so the State of Play's real. This list is a supposed list of what's going to be shown.
Oh, okay.
All we know is officially it will be over 40 minutes long. Stellar Blade Rise of Ronin will both be featured. And we had a number for how many games they were going to talk about, but I don't see it on the website. It just,
Well.
but yeah, the list we're going to talk about right now is the rumor list.
Rumor list. Okay. Well, hoping to see Death Stranding 2 on a boat. Final
Walking
Fantasy
simulator on a boat. Cruise simulator.
Walking on a
Let's
boat
go.
simulator.
Right, walking on a boat,
What's the
delivering
difference?
packages.
Must be a big boat. Final
Cruise.
Fantasy VII Rebirth, Sonic Generations Remastered, Silent Hill 2. That's huge. New Metro game, Judas, and Until Dawn Remaster. Dude, if they show Silent Hill 2, that'll be so much fun. Even though Silent Hill 2 is literally one of those games that I own and have not played. Although I really need to. That's kind of like a sin on my gaming resume. I need to play Silent Hill 2.
When do you want to play Silent Hill 2 with tank controls, or do you want to play one that looks like the remakes of Resident Evil?
So, to be honest, what I'll probably do is try it. I'll probably put like a couple hours into Silent Hill 2, and if it's really annoying to play, then I'll wait. But if it's not, then I'll probably just keep going. But the timeline on me doing that is so up in the air. It depends on when
Not good.
my
By the
autism
time
tick hits
Grant
on
gets
PlayStation 2.
by the time Grant gets around to it, the remake will already be $5.
Yeah, it's a realistic expectation, I think. So yeah, we'll see. We'll talk about that next week. Um, all right. Dude, I'm never ready for. I keep forgetting about the spin the wheel. Spin the wheel.
We need a sound effect while you're spinning it, I think.
Yeah, maybe I
Let's
don't
just have
know.
one.
Yeah, no, we don't really.
It's just kind of fast, right?
Yeah, it is pretty quick.
Maybe we don't.
Spin the wheel. Alex by like a tenth of a centimeter. Holy hell. All right, Alex, what you got?
Okay, as I mentioned, I played a lot of Vampire Survivor. Not tons of Vampire Survivor, but I did try out the Among Us DLC. I did unlock Adventure Mode, which I looked at and then went, no. I looked at what it contains and went, I beat this. I'll do it eventually, but if I'm gonna do something else than Vampire Survivor, it will be working on Among Us. But more than that, okay, I forgot we're 2 weeks out, right? So I
Yes.
beat Lost Judgment and its DLC story expansion, the Kaido Files. Great. I beat 2 games. Good. And then I played some Vampire Survivors when they dropped it. But primarily what I've been playing is Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. I put a lot of hours in since it dropped.
Checks out.
Um, I also got, so I had pre-ordered physical copies of Another Code and Apollo Justice Trilogy. Another Code Recollection took literally forever because it's already rarer than I thought it would be. Like to
Dang.
the point where Best Buy was like, oh, if we can't find a copy, we're gonna have to cancel your order.
Dang.
They're both sitting on my shelf though, so that's good. But I was
Secure.
like, really? How is it this rare now?
Because they got 5 copies nationwide.
I guess. And then Mom gave us Christmas. I got Cereza and the Lost Demon physically. Pac-Man World Repack, Tales of Arise, and Lost Judgment.
Nice.
Yes. We rode with our friend Megan. We rode Buzz Lightyear, and it got stopped within minutes of us getting on it.
Nice. Love that.
Like
Always love that.
long enough for us to actually be able to shoot, right? Because it sucks when you get stopped and you can't
But you're in the
actually
very
Yeah,
shoot.
first room.
you're
Yeah,
in
we were
a
in the
good
first point system room, so
spot to
nice and
stop.
easy.
We all got Galactic Hero.
I
The
bet you
cast
did.
member was like, "You all got it? Oh, the ride stopped."
No, we're just that good, lady.
You all got it.
I
Oh
actually am
God,
that
that
good.
guy's with you. Looking at Cameron.
Oh, that guy.
Oh, that guy's with you.
We have a poster backstage. Watch out for
Don't give
him.
this guy Galactic Hero stickers.
Stop giving him stickers.
Cameron's screwing up the Galactic Hero market.
Yeah. Uh, so we did that. I made sure, cause, I do know where the spots are. I'm just not as consistent with Cameron, so I made sure that Megan and I got it because I was like, look, we're stuck. Just aim for those. I mean, good time. And then we got, even though the park closed, they let us on a Tomorrowland People Mover.
Oh, nice.
So we were the last people on that night.
That was cool. I'd never gotten to shut down a ride before. That was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's all the more.
You forgot Mania.
Oh, we did do Mania, but we did bad at Mania, so I wasn't going to bring it up.
Alex and I were on the opposite sides from where we normally sit, because he's used to being able to hit certain targets, and I'm used to being able to hit certain targets. So we were a little off mark. We also didn't get the robot.
Yeah. While our family was in town, they helped me put up pictures again. So my Zelda A Link to the Past posters back up, and some other artwork, like what Cooper got me with Wind Waker. And then I know I posted it in the chat, but we haven't gotten to talk about it. The glass Pokeballs I got for me, Cameron, and Cooper for Christmas.
Yeah, that's awesome. Mine's currently on display next to my Lego question block.
Very, very nice. All right. Well, I went ahead and spun the wheel again. Cameron, go ahead.
Okay. So obviously I played Splatoon. I have played Smash Bros. For the event with Hades and Powerful Pro Baseball and 13 Sentinels. Very interesting collection they had there, especially Hades. I did not expect to see a spirit from that.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I've also played some Pokemon Legends Arceus because, going kind of like you're doing, I want to go back and finish some games. Yeah, that's not a good game to stop and start. I have no idea how to control it anymore.
Yep.
That is a terrible game to stop and start. Because it's like with a normal Pokemon game or even just a normal, JRPG, it's like, okay, I don't know where I'm going, but I can at least know, A is A, B, I don't have to worry about movement options. But I keep trying to do in Zelda, right, where you click the thumbstick and you duck. Nope, that's B. Yeah, still not getting that. I keep trying to scope in on Pokemon to throw a Pokeball at them, and instead I just sort of look through my character in first person. I'm like, how do I get the stupid? Yeah, no, I don't. I do not care for the control scheme being just kind of it's cool that it's unique, but also it is annoying that it's unique. But I would like to finish the game eventually.
That's my opinion of the control scheme in Let's Go. Very annoying.
Yeah, Let's Go is half motion controls, so that's honestly less annoying. Like you can play it if you play it in handheld, you just have a standard Pokemon experience.
Yeah, really, I don't know why you would bother playing Let's Go unless you're playing with the Pokeball, because that's the only thing that makes it really all that interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but if you're playing on a TV, you have to use motion controls.
Yes.
Yeah, play with the Pokeball.
I want to be able to use. Yeah, play with the Pokeball. But if you're playing in handheld, you can have normal controls. So why can't I have normal controls while playing on my TV?
Because don't bother unless you're playing with the damn Pokeball.
That's why they sold it with a Pokeball for $100. And a Mew. You got a Mew. Oh, I also got on Violet and got even though I don't have the DLC and I don't have any idea when I'm going to get the DLC, I did get the event item for the new mythical, because apparently they're going back to like the Gen 4, Gen 5 era, where you actually had to just have an item downloaded to get the event legendary instead of just being handed the event legendary.
So I
So
need to
that's
have something
interesting.
downloaded.
Yeah,
So you're saying I need to steal your
you need
copy
to
and load up the
you
game?
need to start. You need to start a copy and load up the game so that you can have your own
Okay.
event legendary. Should you ever also get the DLC? They're gonna sell the game with the DLC.
Aren't they
Probably
already
later.
selling the
Yeah,
game with the
no.
DLC?
Wait, yeah, they are. Shoot, yeah. They started selling it last year. Never mind. Yeah, they're selling the game with the DLC. You could get that.
I could just buy that.
Yeah, you could buy that. I don't know how I feel about that. I
But
mean,
I still
it
need to
is
load
still
it
full
just to get the
price, but like,
legendary.
yeah, you have to load it and get far enough to get a mythical or a mystery item to get it. But still,
I don't like the items. I'd rather be like, you can just get the Pokemon whenever, or like, or
I
at
think
least do
that's
the shaman way. If you knew somebody with the shaman's gift, you could get there because you could hand it out
yeah,
still.
yeah. I don't know. I think the Eon ticket was like in 3DS era was probably the best option, even though it sucked to actually obtain it. But like if you knew someone that had it, you were guaranteed, to be able to get it. You just had that was still a really interesting use of Street Pass. Now that I think about it, we're way off topic. So I played, I did I play anything else? I don't think so. Obviously Toy Story Mania and Buzz Lightyear. I played Buzz Lightyear with Haley as well on the uh, on one of the nights that we went to the parks after Haley or after Chelsea and Alex went to work. Haley and I went to the parks because Chelsea didn't want Haley being alone on her first full day being down here without anyone. So we went to the parks. We did Buzz Lightyear. I got Galactic Hero in the first room without being stopped. So
Okay. All right. Flex there.
flex on little Timmy.
Oh, because Cooper posted that again. He's
Uh,
ruining little Timmy's magical trip.
so yeah, did that. Toy Story Mania. Um, I saw for the Bounty Hunter game. I didn't experience this, but I did see it. For the Bounty Hunter game in Hollywood Studios that requires Magic Band Plus, someone tried to use it without a Magic Band Plus, and it has a error screen specifically for that. So I thought that was interesting.
Weird.
Yeah, makes sense though. They want you to buy it. Buy our new band, or you can't play.
Yeah. Checks out.
Checks out. Stuff wise, I bought a lot of pins recently. I should not be buying pins, but I have. And then mom and dad got me Bayonetta prequel as well, because Alex and I both had it on our Christmas list apparently, because we did not discuss our Christmas list.
Cereza, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cereza.
Cereza was last year.
And then I got the new WarioWare game. Uh, I don't remember what the subtitle is.
We should play.
We should play that. We can play it tonight after the podcast. I've been busy with work, like I mentioned at the top of the podcast. So I'm like, what have I actually done other than stress about work?
Yeah, I know, right? I feel that.
It's like it's the first time in months that I've actually been like, I have to get this done. I genuinely need this to be able to perform my work. I need this fixed. So, it's hard to relax when your brain's going, you got to get this fixed. You got to do something to get this fixed,
Yep.
So, I don't think, I don't think I've got anything like merch wise, otherwise, other than the Totodile Pokeball that Alex got me. I do really like that. It's
Well,
awesome.
Haley made Cameron and me and for little
Pokemon.
the Woodles crochet thing, or maybe it's just crochet. I don't know if it's from a cat, but like I got Cyndaquil and Cameron got Totodile and Cooper got Pumpkaboo.
Yeah.
Very sweet.
We'll have to send a photo of those in the chat.
Yeah, do that.
Totodile's mouth does not like sitting. It just keeps falling down. I don't think it's tight enough on there.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, for me, so going back a couple weeks, I beat Metroid Fusion.
Good.
Nice.
Finally did that. Game is put to rest. I immediately started Metro Zero mission. And
what on the GBA, right?
Yeah.
Or your pocket. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like, it's not on Switch yet, and I don't think you bought it on the Wii U.
No, I think I actually did buy it on the Wii U, but I bought when Metroid Dread got announced. I bought Zero Mission physically because I knew it was gonna skyrocket in price.
That's right.
And I just haven't let myself play it until I beat Metroid Fusion. That was my deal. And I finally beat it, so onto that. Immediately enjoying it a lot better. I'm starting to feel like I've played enough Metroid games to understand the community's general feel about certain games, and the opinion of Metroid Fusion from the community is starting to kind of make a little more sense to me now.
I don't remember the community's opinion on.
It's not that it's bad, it's that it's probably the worst one out of the 2D Metroids because it's a lot more hand-holdy.
It's linear, right?
Um,
that was their big problem. It's like the most linear of them.
Yeah, and like it's not really linear, as it's just more like there's a hub. Like you go to each world, and like you can still travel from, or like sector, you can travel from sector to sector in certain places, but there's like a central hub now instead of it being like a sprawling map. It's like a little more structured. So, but it's not really linear. Like you don't go sector 1, sector 2, sector 3, or like you hop around different places, but that it's more handholdy with the instruction, which I personally don't mind, because I'm bad, but
yeah.
And like the linearity, like the map layout in general of it, so just kind of clicking a little bit more, but I still really I think it's a good game. I really enjoyed it. I can't believe I only played it. It took me 5 hours to beat it, and I played it forever. Like it's just crazy that it took me so long to beat that game, and the game length's only like 5 hours. I played a bunch of RuneScape like last week, but not so much this past week. It's like 2 weeks ago, I guess. I was playing a lot, but not so much the past week or so.
You played Dread, right? Like when it came out, like I did. So you saw the connections where Fusion, or did you? Like you could see where Fusion led into some of the Dreads things.
Yeah. But like not all of it. Like they took the feedback pretty good, I think. I think Dread's an improvement. I know it's definitely not what people wanted. I think like in like a dream 10 out of 10 standpoint, I guess, to like the Metroid fan base, but it's an improvement. I think it was. I mean, I know we've already gushed about that. It's a really good game. Also, just the fact that it's playable with a modern controller and is not a game on an old platform helps.
Right. I really want another game like Dread, or at least another.
Or maybe Prime 4. God, excuse me. Yeah, so played OSRS. I have been a bit of a dark sider past couple days. I played around with my Wii U modding some more. Trying to figure out. My goal was to install the DLC of Breath of the Wild onto my modded Wii U because I didn't buy the DLC on there, and now the eShop's gone. So I was going to. I fooled around with doing that. It took forever. It was a pain in the ass. Um, Wii U modding is a lot easier than it used to be, but it's still kind of. I don't know. The support really just isn't that big because obviously not that many people mess with it. But I got it working, and then after doing all that and having to be involved with my PC so much, like I was like, why do I want to keep playing this on Wii U? Because man, it runs poorly. I don't remember it running so bad on Wii U compared to Switch, and maybe I'm either something changed or I'm misremembering. But man, it was running extra poor. Like if I moved the camera and moved physically at the same time in a lot of places, it would just tank on the frame rate, and it wasn't even like some places I would expect. Like we all know, it doesn't run great on the Switch either. But man, it was like dog water. So I went to the dark side and I got CMU, which is the Wii U emulator, and I was able to actually pull my save off of the Wii U and put it on my PC, and I got the full game with the DLC and graphic mods, so I can play it at 1440p, 144 hertz, and holy crap, guys! I'm telling you, this makes it feel like a new game all over again. It really makes me mad now that I don't have like an official way to play this game with good graphics, because man, it is so good. The graphics are crazy and it plays perfectly fine. It feels really wrong playing a Zelda game on my PC monitor. Yeah, it feels really wrong.
True.
But it is so worth it. It plays so well. I can't express how much enjoyment I've got out of playing this game again just with good modern day graphics. Um, and the only thing I really complain about doing it with that is that the Switch controller, you either have to download a bunch of shit and configure it weird to get the Switch Switch Pro controller wired. You could do it wirelessly with Bluetooth, but if you do that with Bluetooth, then it's kind of inconsistent. Like sometimes the gyro locks up, um, or just weird other little issues. Um, so don't recommend fooling with that. I've been using my 8BitDo Pro controller, and playing it with this thing is extra weird. Zelda should not be played on this, but it's so worth it. I'm enjoying the hell out of it, and I've obviously put like 10 or 15 hours into Breath of the Wild the past couple of days playing it. I didn't think it was going to impact me this much, but that's been like my main thing this past few days.
Understandable.
And I don't know, part of me I always feel a little bit bad playing stuff like this sometimes, but also I own 4 Switches and a Wii U and have 2 copies of Breath of the Wild, so and already paid for the DLC once. I paid my dues. I deserve this.
I deserve
I
this.
deserve this. It's
Mine.
It's man, dude. If this, I cannot wait. I hope the Switch 2 can do good, like do solid 60 FPS frame rate. Really, that's all I want. The frame rate is what really does it. The being able to scroll the menus and the things don't blur because of the high frame rate is so nice. And like when you hit somebody and it's like a critical hit and a bunch of stuff goes everywhere and the frame rate doesn't tank and you can just watch, you can see everything clearly, so you can appreciate the graphics better. Yeah, man. So that's been really fun. And if you have the means to do so, I recommend keep trying it as well. It's a lot easier if you just don't do all the Wii U stuff in between. Wii U modding is not fun. But anyway, I think that's. Oh, I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Heart Gold too. I fired up my copy of Leaf Green again because I was playing on my Pocket a lot, and I realized I haven't played a lot on that save, and then I was like, wait, why am I doing this? I have a copy of Heart Gold that I've been playing, and that's another game I haven't. I just need to get a good save on. So been playing that again. I'm on like the last gym badge. I'm in Blackthorn City now. So yeah, been playing that. Oh yeah, I did get Apollo Justice Trilogy. It's not in, but it did ship. And that breaks my no new games rule, but I pre-ordered that game like a year ago. So
True.
oh yeah. Xenoblade 3 amiibo. Got those in.
Oh yeah. They
Uh,
they came in, but they're at home, so I don't get to play with them.
little Black Ops 2 Zombies with the boys last week too.
Nice.
And yeah, that's about it. All right. Is anybody gonna cover Faye for Coop or?
Yeah, I'll do it. They announced this Choose Your Legends 8 winners. It was Alphonse, Bernadetta, Felix, and Robin.
All right. Tidbits. Jack Black is going to be Steve in Minecraft for the live action Minecraft movie. This movie is going to either be so hilarious or terrible.
What happened to
No, I'm
Jason
fine.
Momoa? Is Jason Momoa here, Brian? Please say yes. That'd be funny.
Jason Momoa, Hero Brian. I just still have no idea what the hell this movie is going to look like. Live action Minecraft starring Jack Black as Steve. This feels like it came off a 4chan post. But it's real.
Yeah, but that was an
I might go
official
see this, even if it gets the
thing.
worst reviews of all time. I might just go see it.
Oh, I'm gonna see it.
I will be seeing live action Minecraft.
And the movie better be good because the crowd that I'm going to have to surround myself with to go see that movie is not going to be pleasant. So it better be good. Or at least hilarious.
Is it gonna be? It is gonna be a bunch of gamers, I guess. That's a problem.
I mean, like, Minecraft has transcended just gamers now. Minecraft is mainstream stuff. I'm talking about kids. There's going to be a lot of kids. They won't,
True.
also, why am I, an adult male, going to see the Minecraft movie? I felt the same way going to see the Mario movie. Like, I'm gonna have to try to get a group or something to go because I don't go to movies by myself anyway. But I definitely would never, yeah, like even just with Jewel, it feels weird. But I don't know. It'll be
Fair.
interesting. Golden Sun games are out on NSO. They've been out for a minute. They were just about to come out last time we did an episode, so they're out now, both of them. Go nuts. Bossa Studios confirmed that half of their staff has been let go. That was one that was on that list I was looking at earlier, and I just didn't mention it.
There's so many, dude.
Yeah. Layoffs were mostly quality. Oh, good. Quality analysis. No, we don't need that.
But
Layoffs were mostly
you don't
quality
want
assurance and
buggy
production
code?
roles, as well as some non-UK employees. Yeah, we don't need to produce games. We don't need to assure their quality. And
We definitely don't need to assure their quality. Look at Pokemon; they're doing just fine. So amazing.
Guardian, Sheik, and Wolflink amiibo are getting restocked. I saw the tweets going out for that. I assume they're already probably gone if you're hearing this now, but maybe you got one.
Keep an eye out. Definitely keep an eye out.
Rocksteady pulls Suicide Squad an hour into early access after players' games auto-completed. Sick. That checks out. I've really enjoyed seeing all the memes about people hating the story because all the superheroes are dying, and they're like, The comments are like, "My brother in Christ, you bought a game called Suicide Squad. Kill the Justice League. Why are you upset that you're killing the Justice League in a game called Kill the Justice League?"
The game's only
It-
like 9 hours long.
Also checks out.
You killed him quickly.
Uh,
That doesn't
and we
that
talked
doesn't sound right.
Suicide
about
Squad,
the
The
big
Order
problem, right?
1886.
No,
What's the
no,
big
Order
problem?
1886 was just a movie, wasn't it? Essentially.
Yeah, it was only like 5 hours compared to like 9, but same vein. What's the big problem? Alex, don't go dark
Alex.
on me.
He died.
Oh, um, they had the game. If you played like an hour, yeah, the game's the problem. But if
That
you
is
played
a
like an
major
hour,
They made the game. They had it. Yeah.
if you played like an hour into the game, it would just beat itself.
Yeah, that's how we got started on this topic. The game's auto completed.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's a major problem.
honestly, it's probably a courtesy to the people that bought that game.
right. You don't even have to play it.
Yeah.
You just gave them your money.
Oh, that's so cool. Nice.
I love giving my money to companies.
I have not seen the memes of the
Kill the Justice
all
League.
the heroes are
Oh, the heroes
But,
are
like-
dying.
shouldn't you have known what you're getting into?
No.
Yeah, I
That
saw a
required
screenshot
the
of like
bare
Batman
minimum.
with like blood coming all through his mask and stuff. And they're like, dude, they can't do my bro
Yeah,
like this. And they're
Batman
like,
died.
bro, you bought a game called Kill the Justice League. What did you expect?
Not to kill the
Kill
Justice League.
kill the Justice League except Batman?
Is it okay, Alex? You probably have seen more. Is it actually the Justice League, or is it like the Justice Syndicate?
Yes, it's actually no, you kill the actual Justice League, but like Batman, Superman, the Flash, you kill actual Justice League members in the Arkham universe.
But why?
Cameron, don't ask those questions now. We already asked those questions when they were like, it's going to be live service. We're like, oh, so the game's already bad. Why are you asking why now? It's too late.
We already asked why, and they still released the game.
Yeah.
We gotta ask why louder.
What do you mean? They had the greatest live service plan I've ever heard. You beat the final boss, who's Brainiac, and then it's like, oh no, multiverse Brainiac. So you got then the
Insert
live service
coin to
part would be
continue.
going to go beat more Brainiacs, and it's like, so they just have to beat the same boss every season.
Oh no, Mega Brainiac. Swiper insert card.
Doesn't that sound like a good time? Not
No.
really.
Yeah, no.
Sounds like a terrible time.
Woo, you can fight one boss. See, people complained about Avengers having like 4 bosses that were all the same, but no, they've really outthought this one by being like, who needs 4 bosses you could fight when you could just fight one boss every.
Yeah, they're dude.
Season.
They were like, it's gonna be live service, and everyone's like, no, Avengers did that, and it was horrible. And so they're
Okay,
like, what did they do
we'll do
wrong in
better.
Avengers? Oh, there were 4 bosses that were all the same thing. Okay, let's just make it one. That was the fix, right? You said don't be like
Yeah.
Avengers.
Good fix. Good fix. Good fix.
It's like
Actually, good fix.
Ostrich with their head in the dirt. Just yeah, we heard you. Okay.
Amazing fix.
Katase says a Final Fantasy VI remake, like Final Fantasy VII remake, would take around 20 years to make. But my brother in Christ, Square Enix have released all 6 of them already. 20 years.
I saw someone point out that like they're like, this could be logical though, because by the time Part 3 comes out, it will be like 12 years since they started working on the Final Fantasy remake stuff.
Why would you release Final Fantasy VI in parts? More money.
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 You know, that's a better question.
I don't even.
Yeah, we're gonna release
Money.
a fifth
The
of
answer is
it
money.
every 4 years.
The answer is money.
Great.
When in doubt, money.
New statement from Concerned Ape on the Stardew Valley update. 1.6 ended up being a little larger in scope than originally planned. Yeah, no duh. Remember when he tweeted out saying that he was just screwing around in Stardew Valley for a little bit, and then it was back to Hana Chocolatier, and now it's a
and then-
full content update 1.6.
He said, actually, I thought
I
of a
got
bunch
bored
of things.
making hot
Making hot
chocolate
chocolate or whatever you
forgot-
call it.
Yeah.
I forgot how hard starting over a game was, so I'm going back to a game that I've
Just started.
already worked on super hard and know the code intimately in a way that I can just modify it and fix things.
Yeah, anyway.
Bigger chest.
I'm done adding major content to it now, though, and it's in a bug fixing and polishing phase until it's ready for release. Thank you for your patience. It'll be fun to see everyone play it. The hype
They
is
finished
so real.
Stardew Valley 1.6. Now it's time for Stardew Valley 1.7 instead of Haunted Chocolatier.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get that game by like 2030. Okay, so old but interesting for the week, brought to you by me, totally not hastily looking on Super Mario Broth Twitter. Definitely not. This is found genuinely by me. So Mario Kart red and green shells, right? Familiar. So when you have a certain type of color blindness, you green and red look basically the same form of dirt color, brown, clay ish. And that makes it hard to tell which shell is which. But in game, starting in Mario Kart DS and in every game since, the green shell and the red shell are flipped in their images, so that way you can tell which shell is which based on their orientation rather than the color they are. So you know which one you have. But before that, both the shells look like face the same direction, and that must have been hell. So, yeah, cool little thing. They gave examples of the color blindness in like all the old games, and it's really weird. The ones in Mario Kart 64 literally look identical. But yeah. Rumor roundup: Switch 2 is happening.
We knew it. Yeah, we did it.
For real this time. This is another. I think this came from Bloomberg, so slightly more trusty, I guess. It's coming this year, and it's gonna have an 8-inch screen that's LCD. And that checks out with most of the rumors that we've gone through over the past couple years, because there was a debate about how big the screen was going to be, and who is sourcing it, and is it going to be LCD or is it going to be OLED? And 8-inch LCD seems like the most consistent theme. So
Kind of annoyed it's back to LCD though.
A little bit.
yeah, well, I mean, how are they going to release the Switch 2 OLED in a couple years and make you buy it again?
I don't know. I don't think corporate. But you're completely right.
Yeah. That's why I bypassed the system. It's got an OLED TV. I don't need the OLED screen. Although that is gonna suck, dude. I'm so babied by OLED now. Like I can now, I've trained myself to look at black sections on screens to see what the backlight looks like. Like I've spoiled myself. So yeah, it's probably gonna be a rough transition, but It's definitely happening for real, this guys, we promise. Xbox One pre-launch document found. It was called the Xbox 720. So that was real.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
It was going to be $300 with Connect V2 and 100 million lifetime sales considered. Assumed the PS4 would be $399.
They knew what the PS4's price would be and still did what they did.
Yeah, and still
So
went
true.
from $300 Xbox 720 to $500 Xbox One.
Yep.
If they released the Xbox 720, they might have made it. If they had went with that instead of doing the Xbox One thing. I don't know, probably not, but
Probably not.
it would have been better. People wouldn't have been staved off from all the
See, everybody
shit about
would have
$500
just called it
DRM, always on connect, blah blah blah.
true, but also instead of Xbone, they would have had Xbox 720p. And that's
I
what
don't.
scared Microsoft, I guess.
They couldn't. They wanted bone, and they couldn't handle the 720p slander.
I guess so. Because why else would they be like, no, we can't do 720. We'll go with 1.
I don't know what their reasoning is, but I can guarantee their reasoning isn't. But what about the people on 4chan? I guarantee that was not their reasoning. But what about the
But could you
incels?
imagine?
So from Bloomberg as well, this Switch 2. Nintendo is planning to ship 10 plus million Nintendo Switch 2 units next fiscal year. That checks out.
Gotta pump those numbers up, guys.
So it's coming out this year.
It
So
depends.
are we? So based on these two things from Bloomberg, then are we expecting? I guess it would be well. So if it was going to launch this year, it would probably be the October timeframe, right? Like that's when the OG Switch was revealed, and that's when the Switch OLED came out.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't like if Bloomberg says this year, then it would have to be then. So they get through the holiday season and then sell 10 plus million the following year. We'll see. It's definitely gonna be harder now. Like the Switch 2 is gonna have to have outstanding features, not outstanding as in like 10 out of 10 performance, but outstanding as in like unique features that also are fun. Like, because
We cannot have a Wii U situation again.
yeah,
I want to
because-
know if it's supposed to be like the new 3DS though, instead of the Wii U, where it's just supposed to be like.
I kind of feel like I would count it as the new 3DS if everything works the same. Because like account system, that's software side, that should work. But if the rumor about it being, like an 8-inch something screen is true, then that, like, I don't know how the Joy-Cons are going to fit on it.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously a lot of questions, but I this is why I don't think the LCD part is really gonna be impactful because like it doesn't really like the form factor is great. What needs improving and what has always needed improving is performance. So that's really I think what's gonna be a stickler for Nintendo because the whole dockable gaming thing isn't novel anymore
Unique
like
anymore.
it was in 2016. And like a Switch is 300 or 350, but if you're going to pay that much, then a lot of people are probably considering the Steam Deck these days just because they want more performance. Like the trade-off is you don't get Nintendo first-party games, but Um, like it's only a real sell if you can do third-party stuff and Nintendo stuff, but have the better
I mean,
performance. And I'm not saying it has to be a Steam Deck, but what I
Nintendo
am
doesn't.
saying is that it needs to perform better. Like you can't, the frame rate dropping thing's got to stop.
Yeah.
You got to remember though why the Steam Deck has trouble competing with the Switch, and it's because of
The
you
price
can
point.
only buy the Steam Deck on Steam.com. Any mom and
True.
dad can go in the store and see Nintendo's console sitting on shelves.
Yeah, and like kids is like a different thing. Like kids are just going to typically default to Nintendo stuff because that's an easy parental decision. Uh, but like everyone else, and like I don't know, it's gonna have to have something like it's gonna have to have better performance, and it's gonna need to have like just more creatures like better build quality
Something.
on the controller and
Oh, absolutely. That alone
like
would well, it wouldn't bring a lot of people to it, but it would bring, if someone doesn't already have a Switch, it might sway them to the Switch too, or
yeah.
whatever.
Um, and it doesn't have to be a bunch of crazy stuff. Like you don't have to go and reinvent the wheel or anything. Your base of portable / dockable gaming is a good base. You don't really have to change that, but just change it to perform on par with stuff. I mean, like I keep trying to think of other stuff I want on the Switch, and really, like I'd trade it all just for a frame rate that doesn't stutter all the time, and like even first party games all the time. It shouldn't be that hard, but we'll see. I don't know. Nintendo also comes up with a bunch of weird, wacky stuff that I couldn't imagine because
Oh yeah,
I'm a wage
that's
cook and have no imagination. Um,
yeah, me too.
yeah,
That's
so
why it's easier to not be uh like dude, this is way off topic, but Disney recently posted about one of the Imagineers getting into the Engineering Hall of Fame. I'm like, I could never.
yeah, crazy. But I don't know. Uh, really better performance and better controller, specifically joystick. And I don't know what else I'd want out of a Switch 2. Because Nintendo's, I'm sure, going to come up with something. It's going to have some weird. Can we go back to. Can Nintendo have analog triggers again? Can we stop this whole digital trigger BS? I don't mind the digital triggers when your games are built around it, but I hate the fact that I just
None
don't
of them are.
it's not consistent, and Nintendo can't utilize that feature in games. Like, if you design your game around digital triggers, then it's probably fine. But why would you
But
limit yourself to not have those?
analog. But I really do hope that Nintendo's looking at their competition and going, look at what Sony has done by not having digital triggers. Because that is really satisfying on the games I played with their triggers.
Yeah, and like I mean, the PS5 to the PS4 is essentially what I want from Switch 2: better performance and better controls. Like,
Yeah.
and
Like
obviously they're not going to do it the same way because they never do. But you know,
I mean, because okay, what was the last game you actually felt like utilized the HD Rumble? Because I honestly don't know.
it'd be a game from 2017, probably.
Yeah,
Like,
2017, 2018, somewhere in there.
didn't Mario Odyssey use it to like find stuff in the
Mario,
ground?
Mario Odyssey lets you feel for stuff. I don't. There was not a single game in Everybody Want to Switch that utilized the HD Rumble the way that Want to Switch did.
And like, I don't know if I really want HD Rumble to be a game mechanic all the time. I just appreciate the fact that it's there. Like, they still use it. Like, they've always used
Yeah,
it. So, and that's kind of
but
the
like,
main point of it. Like, you're not really using vibration all the time as
Require,
you can.
yeah.
Like you're using it just to make you feel more immersed. And like I don't know of a single Sony game other than like Astro's Playroom for obvious
That
reasons that would do
truly
something with HD
utilizes.
Rumble like that. It's just
Yeah.
nice. It feels good.
Spider-Man uses it pretty well. What was it? Ratchet and Clank was the one that I felt like used it really well.
That was
After
a closer
Astro's
to launch
Playroom.
title, right? Am I insane? Wasn't Ratchet and Clank close to launch? Closer to launch, anyways.
No, I mean it was a couple years after.
No, Little
Okay.
Big Planet was very close to launch.
Sackboy, that was the launch title. That was one of the launch titles, I think. But no, Ratchet and Clank was at least a year, if not 2 years. But yeah, I mean, like I said, most of the time, I just want like Gran Turismo 7 HD Rumble on the controller. Like I can feel the difference of my car going over asphalt versus track warning versus dirt versus snow. Like I can just feel it. Guns feel different in Call. Like simple stuff. I don't really know if I
Stuff
want.
you don't even stuff that's you're not even gonna think about in a decade because will just be standard by that point.
And
I'll
like
think about it. It better be there.
I know Nintendo doesn't like to follow trends; they do their own thing. But man, I can Switch 2 with analog triggers that are. Could you imagine like the triggers on the DualSense on a Nintendo console? Like I love the idea of those triggers, and I hate that like not that many people utilize it that well. Besides like Sony first party and like Capcom, Resident Evil games use it pretty well, but.
Yeah,
Resident Evil games do use it pretty well for their PS4 version.
That's
I
why
hope
I got them
Silent
all
Hill
on
uses
PS5.
it.
I'm sure it will. Big PlayStation titles typically use it, but yeah, like that's the only thing I could think of. Just like I don't even need the haptic feedback triggers. I just need like analog triggers.
something. Again, it doesn't have to be utilized. Not every GameCube game did, but like, you're telling me we couldn't have analog triggers instead of having to be like, oh, I got the bow. I got the bow.
Yeah, you know how cool it would
the
be.
bow's ready.
You know how cool it would be if when you push down on the trigger in Breath of the Wild, you felt the bow tension. Like,
No.
oh, that would be so cool.
The-
And yeah, that's
look,
why, like, dude, when I'm playing with this controller on my PC, and then it's got full analog triggers because it can be used on anything. And playing Breath of the Wild with analog triggers feels wrong.
Yeah, because it's like it's not helping. Because it's just like it's gotta load.
But yeah.
Just let me do it.
Anyway, we'll see how that goes. Josh Keaton confirms that he was going to voice Damian Wayne in the canceled Batman game, Project Sabbath.
Yeah, so that was what Rockstar or Warner Brothers' other team was supposed to make, was a sequel to Arkham Knight that would have Bruce's kid. And it got canceled for Suicide Squad.
Good, glad, great, awesome. Kill the Justice League.
And then everyone
I'm
mad
so
that
glad
you're killing
we
the
couldn't get
Justice League.
Arkham, fifth game like Arkham. No. We got Suicide Squad. I'm so glad that's what we got
You should
instead.
be, honestly. You should be more thankful for the things you get.
Kill the Justice League.
Kill the Justice League. We should make that a new saying. Kill the Justice League. But it has nothing to do with the actual
Specifically
Justice League.
killing the Justice. It's just when a company makes a bad game, kill the Justice League.
So it's the new Lona. Not
Luna,
Lona, Stadia.
Stay. Kill the Justice League.
Someone on Reddit claimed to have seen what could be Life is Strange 3 or Life is Strange Aperture. What? Someone on Reddit claimed they knew something?
Wow.
Right?
What? Dude, this joke never gets old. We're on 168 episodes, and every week the rumors are just like, hey, somebody said something on Reddit or 4chan.
I know what it
It's
is.
like,
Do you?
no, this rumor was they claimed they got invited to a Zoom call, and they were showed like ideas and buildings. Like they were invited to community test or whatever. They asked people what are your opinions on things like this,
Yeah. Okay, I can
and they
believe that.
claimed they were invited for something for Life is Strange 3.
I'll see if anything turns out of that. But it doesn't really seem like they really saw Life is Strange 3. They just saw Life is Strange debug test build number 48.
Nice.
And finishing topic for the week, games you cannot believe have not been remastered yet.
Ooh, okay, so like a good
Man,
line
we can't
set of
say Super
games.
Mario RPG anymore. We live in an era where that's been remade. I'm so thankful.
Also,
Can I
can't
say
say Thousand Year
Pokemon Gen 4?
Door.
Yeah, I can't say Thousand Year Door anymore.
Can I say Diamond and Pearl? Because that was
doesn't
just the
count.
same code. That was just ported,
That was
essentially.
just Diamond and Pearl with extra steps.
That was just Diamond and Pearl with extra bugs. That was it feels so wrong to call that a remake. It is, like, officially, but like it feels so wrong.
All right, let's take a look at the old wall here. In the same vein as Cameron's response, can I say Wii Sports because Switch Sports is ass?
Yeah. Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World.
You think that should be a
I'm
Switch
looking at
game?
3DS. I think that should be a Switch game. Yeah. I don't want to have to play it on my 3DS.
Didn't... Well, no, they did Crafted World. That's why. Yeah. Okay.
They did Crafted World. Oh gosh, my case is broken.
Literally
No,
any
that's fair,
F-Zero
though.
game, preferably GX.
Literally, just they're. Oh, I'd take AX at this point. Like, just release something.
Man, we can't say
They
Metroid
did.
Prime either.
You got-
We literally, wow.
We live
You
in a
got
good
F-Zero
timeline. Not
99.
the best timeline, but a good one. That doesn't count. That's like saying Pac-Man got a re-release because of Pac-Man 99, and that got shut down. I want to say Wild World, but there's actually a copy of Wild World on the Wii U, so it's almost like it got a remake.
I don't know about that.
It did get a port, for sure.
Give
Oracle
me
of Ages and
actual games that
Seasons.
have.
Okay,
there's a fair
that's
one.
a good answer. That's a good answer.
Yeah, we did the Link's Awakening thing. And,
And
like, I get it. Tears
now,
of the Kingdom just
5
came out,
years
so-
later, like, do you think that if we hadn't had COVID, they would have done the Oracle games?
There's no telling what we could have had if COVID didn't happen.
See, it's hard to predict Nintendo.
In general.
Because, like, any other company probably would have done it, but Nintendo's like,
Yeah, we already did it.
do we want to do it, though?
Okay, guys, I got you one. Triforce Heroes.
Garbage.
Trash.
See, I wouldn't mind Four Swords Adventure getting a remake. Put it online.
I have one in the
But it's the
same
worst
sort of
selling Zelda
style.
game.
That one.
I'd like a.
Kingdom Hearts 358.
I'd like. That's fair.
That should come to modern consoles. 100%. Now I think about it, I'm kind of.
Left 4 Dead and Back 4 Blood does not count. That's not a remake. That was a piece of shit.
That was a spiritual successor. And as we all
And it was
know,
bad.
spiritual successors are not good. It's really hard not having my wall of GameCube games to look at
Yeah, no, I'm
for
cheating.
games I want to
I'm
be able to play on
cheating
my
pretty
Switch.
heavily over here.
I want Spirit Tracks. I still want Spirit Tracks.
Yeah, see, I was gonna say those, and that's when it hit me with the Oracle games because I saw those first, and like, I would
Just
love the DS remakes. Probably
basically,
even more.
basically any of the handheld Zeldas
Yeah,
deserve to be
but I
remade.
think I would prefer actually the DS ones being remade over the Game Boy ones because the DS ones are really hard to play unless it's on a DS. But like Game Boy games, you can get away pretty easily with. I mean, it's just a D-pad and a couple buttons. So, like, if I had to pick one, I think I'd probably go with the DS ones just to have it on something that's not the fucking DS, so I don't have to play on a
True.
DS. But I don't know. Any of them, really. I'd take any of them.
I'm kind of surprised Disney hasn't ordered a remake of Walt Disney World Magical Racing Tour. Not
They won't
like
do that, but Epic Mickey's a better example.
Epic Mickey's an amazing example. That it is really surprising, especially for the 100. Like that would have been the perfect chance to revive it. Let's see what else do I have in here.
I remember either it was pre all the sports games coming out or when we were ranting about why the sports games are so bad on Switch. But like Mario Strikers or Mario Baseball, Mario Sluggers.
Just bring those up. Bring all of those up.
Yeah, like not that I really want them
not
remade, but I would rather that over what we got.
yeah. In that same vein, not necessarily like Animal Crossing or Wild World, but a lot of the quality of life features that they've removed from those games when they decided to start making it more of a decorating game and not a life set.
Mario Galaxy 2. Remember when we got cucked on that?
Yeah.
And like I don't want a remake out of that. I guess that's more of a port question.
I just want the port.
Like why did you do the other one?
Why did you do the other ones? What about I'm trying to think. Like I know once again going back to Disney
games are good versions.
Oh,
like
well,
that generation
I mean
because
there
they're kind
are
of ripped off.
True. Except for Last of Us. They sure do love their Last of Us. Same vein, a bunch of the older most of the older Disney games where it's like not like this is what the parks were 20 years ago, but long-standing ones like Pooh Bear or Toy Story or those where it's like you could just re-release those and nobody would even question you doing it.
Facts. Pac-Man World 2? Why do we get Pac-Man World 1? Nobody cares about Pac-Man World Repack. Everyone cares about Pac-Man World 2. That's where the goodness is at. And like we did Destroy All Humans 2. I asked for that. We did that. Why can't we do Pac-Man World 2?
Maybe this year.
Didn't we get both Destroy All Humans?
Yeah. We
got
one, and I was like,
actually,
what about 2? 2's better, and then we got
while we're on it, why are we only doing one remake at a time for these number titles that are essentially the same?
Because it's easier to remake one game, and then if it does well, they can re-release it and make more money. Yeah, gotta think like a business.
Yes, always money. Always money. The answer is money.
Numbers go up, buddy. What do we
Numbers
say?
go up.
Oh, I got one. Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn.
Ooh,
I'm still
so
generally surprised Nintendo Hasn't just been like,
I got
here's Ike's
one.
game.
I got
he's
one.
been.
Princess Peach.
Super Princess
No, I
Peach?
think they'd rather.
Super Princess Peach.
I think they'd rather that be.
She saves the day with her hormonal mood swings.
I think they'd rather that be forgotten.
Play this game where play this emotional woman that can't handle her emotions. Dude, that game coming out today would be such a dumpster fire.
That's why everyone's like, they're doing another Peach game.
Mother 3. I had to say it. We have to say it, right? We have to say it. Where
Yes,
is
Oh,
it?
absolutely.
It.
It's a requirement. It is an absolute requirement, and it is a shame that they have not ported it. I guess technically, theoretically, Japan might have it. Does Japan have it? Or is it just on the Wii U and the
On
3DS?
the Wii U, I don't think it.
Can Nintendo modernize? Does that count? Nintendo remakes their online system, and I get my saves from my Wii U and my 3DS.
No.
Is that asking for too much?
Yes. That's not a game. Remake your system firmware. Remake your firmware.
Remake your online system. I was. Oh, can I get Pikmin 1 and 2, but in HD?
No, you got what you'll get.
Sad. Those I also need to finish.
Hmm. I almost tripped up and said Metroid 2, but I know better.
I would like it put on the Switch.
Yeah,
I
true.
guess Samus Returns. Let's say that.
Yeah.
More Metroid.
More Metroid. Same easy, money hack. I'm kind of surprised more Lego games weren't brought over when they're porting like the Harry Potter ones.
Well, they were too busy making Lego 2K Drive.
That's also a good point.
What would we do without Lego 2K Drive? Collapse as a society?
Sleep better.
Collapse as a society.
See if I can pull one more out of the old hat. Bro, what if they just remade pinball on the NES?
Just a
Tecmo Bowl?
pinball game.
Oh, wait, I know what I'm upset they haven't remade. Are y'all ready?
I'm ready.
Alright, where's my remake of Balls 3D?
Yeah, I was
Balls.
also thinking that.
We think about balls here on this show.
Yeah. Trying to think what else.
Is Kirby's Epic Yarn count? Like, it got a 3DS remake.
No, I don't. That's but like that was for a dying system.
I'd like it on Switch. They can bring over the stuff they brought over.
I'm not gonna ask for a Black Ops remake because I know that would turn out horribly based on the track record of Activision. But if they didn't do their new Call of Duty game so poorly, I would kill for that.
Understandable. Trying to think. feel like the problem is there's so many where I'm like, we got that on the Wii U, so my brain's like, you don't need to think about that one. The Donkey Kong Country games. Actually, no, I don't know. I don't know if I want them touching those.
I would really enjoy DKC from the SNES and the art style of Tropical Freeze, or just the Return series.
True.
Don't screw with it. Like, make it like Link's
Literally,
Awakening, like not the same art style, but like make it the same fucking game.
same game, but with the modern graphics.
Yeah.
That, like, but not Diamond and Pearl.
If you
That
have to
is
be
my
told not to
new
remake your game like Diamond
bar.
and Pearl, then we've got bigger problems.
Yeah, that's my new bar for don't is Diamond and Pearl, because it's just like, why?
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's going to wrap the show up for us here. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show. Please share us with a friend. We post every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, youtube.com/StormwindGames. Anywhere that you get your podcast, you can find us. Share us with a friend. Add us on Twitter at AllNightGamers with a K. What games can you not believe have not been remastered yet? Let us know. And we will be back next week as usual. And thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.